This is Eagle Owl, and today we're going to talk about A.J. Brown being better than Jamar Chase. Also, PFF ranking Nolan Smith as the X Factor for the Philadelphia Eagles. And lastly, Lane Johnson hitting his peak now. But let's get straight into it. All right, man, we're going to get straight into the topics. Let's talk A.J. Brown, man. So, A.J. Brown, one of the narratives that always been surrounding him. What if he was in a different offense? His numbers would be closer to this guy, that guy, this guy. So Elliott Shore Parks, I guess he just decided to do some research and really look at Jamar Chase numbers. Because to be honest, a lot of those other dudes are more slot merchant type guys like CD Lamb, even Justin Jefferson, who else? Puka Nakua, Amon St. Brown. A lot of those guys are slots that can play outside. Whereas though when you look at AJ Brown and Jamar Chase, those are true outside wide receivers to me. They can play inside, but those are true outside receivers. And the numbers pretty much look the same. Jamar Chase caught more passes or caught more balls than AJ Brown. A lot of these quote unquote top receivers caught a lot more balls than AJ Brown. As I always say this about AJ Brown, his career is like a fascinating career because he was with Tennessee when Derrick Henry was having a historic year. He comes to the Eagles, who is a run first team, and he happened to be on a team with Saquon Barkley, who was having a historic season. So when that happens and the running back is having a historic season, it's typically going to dwindle your numbers. Like your numbers are not going to be that good. But for some reason, AJ Brown always found himself in 1,000 yards. AJ Brown always found himself as an all pro because what these guys really look at is like, okay, it's a run first team. He was hurt some of the season. He still found a way to get 1,000 yards. He's still getting like 15 yards per catch. We still see like he dominates, and the reason why Saquon could do what he do because of AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. So when they put in all these calculations, it just makes sense why AJ Brown is the best receiver according to a lot of these sites in the NFL. To me, he's better than Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. My personal opinion. You can stat me to death, but I will say this. Now, again, if AJ Brown was on the Bengals, he would have about 2,000 yards easily. Easily. But will he be a winner? Absolutely not. He'll get his stats there, but he will not be winning. That's the difference. Him in Philadelphia, he's winning and he get his numbers. Are they historic numbers? Sometimes. Go back to 2023. His numbers were historic, but if you ask AJ Brown, he was miserable that year because the Eagles went on this mean losing streak. He was getting his numbers, but offense wasn't flowing. He was pissed during the press conference. He went through a streak where he wasn't even talking to the media. So when it is very important to him, I know it's a narrative that only stats are important to him. To me, he get both. He gets both. Again, now a lot of these Cowboys fans like, what about CD Lamb? CD Lamb, he just in the passing offense, and he takes full advantage of that. But I've seen times where CD Lamb just did not look that good at all. It's again, he's a slot merchant. He can line up in the slot, beat up on a easy cornerback or a third string cornerback and get his numbers, which is cool. Put him in positions to win. But to me, there's no comparison between him and a CD Lamb. The best comparison is him and Jamar Chase. Him and Jamar Chase, and his numbers again look better than Jamar Chase. So I think AJ Brown, he's going to have a very good year. If he could stay healthy, for sure, I think he'll have another all pro year. I think we go more passing this year. I think Saquon get under 2,000 or just 2,000 yards, but I think you're going to see more A.J. Brown, more Devontae Smith, and more Dallas Goedert because the only thing you can do is adjust. A lot of teams, believe it or not, they're going to take the Chiefs route. They're going to sell out on a run, and they're going to really test Jalen Hurts all year Can he do this all year with his arm? And I think Jalen Hurts is ready for the test, and I expect the offense to adjust. And AJ Brown even said, like, yes, I do expect the offense to change. I expect for us to evolve. Yes, we won being a run first offense, but at some point, things gonna have to change because the defense gonna adapt. Now, is there gonna be times we take advantage of our run game? For sure. But there will be times teams just gonna be like, you know what, we're gonna sell out. We're gonna trust our corners versus they wide receivers and they tight end for some reason. To me, that's a bad choice, and they'd rather you win that way. And again, I think we're ready for that. I think we're ready for that. And again, I think AJ Brown is the best receiver in football. No question about it. No doubt about it. He is the best. He is the best. I think he's better than, again, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, CeeDee Lamb, Puka Nakua, Amon St. Brown. Who else in that top five? I don't know. Whoever's in your top five, he's better than them. I think he's the best receiver in this league. The best. Go watch the tape. Go watch the film. It's the best to do it. Route running, deep ball. He can do it all. And again, he found himself to be an all pro on the run first team. So shout out to AJ Brown, man. Nolan Smith is expected to be the X factor on the Philadelphia Eagles, and I couldn't agree more. I mean, Nolan Smith, say this time and time again, I agree with PFF, and I'm gonna say it again. Can he stay healthy a full season? Can he do it? And if he can, I can see 8, 9 sacks for Nolan Smith. I can see it. But the one that's going to be shocking, or who I don't know what to call him, the underdog player, underground player, nobody really talking about outside the Eagles fans, is Jalen Hunt. He's the guy to watch to me more than Nolan Smith. As weird as that sound, I think Jalen Hunt is going to be the one. And Nolan Smith is going to be a nice duo with him. But I would not be surprised if Jalen Hunt is the one with the double digit sacks and Nolan Smith is getting about 7, 8 sacks. I'm telling you, man, that dude Jalen Hunt is very talented. But Nolan Smith for sure, he's going to get his accolades. He's going to be the one that's being watched because he's the takeover for Brandon Graham. He's the vocal leader. He's the guy we drafted in the first round because we knew it was going to be a time in the day where Brandon Graham was like, I can't do this no more. We know we was getting rid of Hassan Reddick at the time. We knew it wasn't going to be no Josh Sweat. And the Eagles, got to give them credit. They prepared very well with this, transition of Josh Sweat, Hassan Reddick, and those guys. Jalen Hunt again is ready to step up. Nolan Smith projected to be the X factor, but again, the only question: can he stay healthy a full season? Can he ramp it up, play a full season, or play? I say a full season. We know it's 18 to 20 games. If he could play 16 to 17, to me that's a full season. If he could do that, cool. But I don't want to see anything torn or he got to sit out majority of the season because then it's going to be some big questions there. Like, should we go get another defensive end going into the draft? It's going to be that type of talk because we're going to feel like Nolan Smith can't hold up. But his talent is there. His talent is definitely there. It's just, can he hold up a full season? We will see. But let's talk about an old head, man. Let's talk about Lane Johnson. So Lane Johnson in the press conference, he said it's weird, but he feel like he haven't hit his peak or he just hitting his peak. I would say this: Lane Johnson played some of the best football to me of his career last year. Now, of course, Lane Johnson had some great games, some great seasons, but last year to me he was dominant. Maybe because he was healthy majority of the season, but I felt like, man, nothing was getting past Lane Johnson. Nothing at all. What did he even allow a sack or did he allow one sack? I don't know. But Lane Johnson did a hell of a job. And I thought he was a great mentor to like a Mekhi Becton as well. So Lane Johnson saying like he hit his peak now, I somewhat believe him. I'm telling you, I somewhat believe him. Turn on the tape from last year, man. I thought he should have been the All Pro, but I think they gave it to Penny Swell. They gave it to him, but I thought Lane Johnson should have definitely been the All Pro. I thought he was snubbed, but he'll get his time. He'll get his time, and they got that Protector of the Year. I won't be surprised if the battle is between him and Jordan Malata, the guy that's on his team. Got Penny Sewell in there. Maybe he's gonna be in there. Deion Dawkins for that Protector of the Year award. But Lane Johnson, man, I think we're gonna see some good football from Lane Johnson. I think it's gonna even be better than last year. But Lane Johnson, same thing I said about Nolan Smith. Lane Johnson don't get that weird ankle foot injury. And he can stay healthy majority of the season like he did last year. Eagles gonna win a lot of games. And Lane Johnson, get ready. You gonna leave with all pro, and you gonna leave with that Protector of the Year award. Hell, hopefully we can add the Super Bowl to that too. But man, Lane Johnson, if you hit your peak now, man, you're a dog. You definitely a dog. But that's all I got for you guys today. Hey man, what do you think? How do you feel? Lane Johnson hit his peak now. That's tough. That's tough, man. Also, Nolan Smith, X Factor. I think so. I think so. But the guy to really watch is Jalen Hunt and AJ Brown, the best in the league. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.